Hi, everyone. First Alert Meteorologist Scott Gagliardi here with your First Alert Weather Extra on this Friday morning. We're looking at temperatures that are much cooler than where they have been over the past several days. This is the coolest air we've seen to start the week in over a week. It's really been, we're talking 60s is what we were seeing earlier, say, when we see about last Saturday. Since then, overnight lows 70s to in some cases near 80. We broke records for the warmest overnights on certain days this past week. It was quite a warm one, to say the least. But let's get right to the maps and check out how things look outside, because right now there's plenty of cloud cover. Notice in New Haven, a lot of clouds out there. Temperatures in the 60s, 67. We see some clearing way off in the distance. It'll eventually come closer to us, and we're looking at sunnier skies later on this morning and into the afternoon hours. Here's a live look in Old Saybrook, where the thinning out of the cloud cover has been ongoing throughout most of the morning, and it will continue throughout the rest of the morning. Windsor Locks, a lot of clouds there as well, but temperature 64 degrees. It's, we'll call it a nice evening, or a nice morning, I should say. The evening hours will be quite nice too. Let's check in on the Almanac, though. So this is where things are supposed to be. 61 is where we should be starting the day, and that's basically where things are. And we should climb into those 80s, but we're not going to see those 80s today. A lot of areas held back into the 70s. We'll see those 80s as early as tomorrow, though. Notice the temperatures. As much as you're stepping outside and it feels so much cooler, well, it's about average. 64 in Hartford, 62 in Putnam, 63 degrees from Chester through Groton and up through Norwich, as well as Willimantic and Tolland. 62 right now in Waterbury. These temperatures are down anywhere from 2 to about 10 degrees from where they were this time yesterday. But as far as we can expect, I mean, through the rest of the day today, it's going to be a little bit cooler than yesterday. We reached a high, I believe it was 77 in the Hartford area. Today, around that, maybe a degree or two cooler, but not complaining. It certainly is a very nice afternoon expected. Notice there's a couple light sprinkles in parts of Fairfield County. These have been making their way across the Hudson River and weakening considerably as they make their way into Connecticut. But you can't rule out a sprinkle, say, from Danbury down the Naugatuck River Valley through Route 34, maybe as far east as Milford. That's a stretch, though. As far as what our wind speeds look like, those are out of the east and northeast, 5 to about 15. This is a very light breeze out there this morning, but if you plan on doing some mowing or any outdoor, say, yard work, today's a perfect day for it. Really can't complain. Temperatures this morning, as you just saw, in the 60s. We climbed this afternoon into the 70s. Enjoy it, though, because we have some heat and humidity on the way as early as tomorrow. Today is the last day we see 70s for the next 7. It's hard to believe that even in a week. 4th of July, where's the heat? Well, we're going to get into it. Some this weekend, a couple days next week, maybe near 90, but no extreme heat. That was certainly this past week. Satellite and radar across the northeast shows any organized shower activity is well off to the north and west or much farther towards the south. We have a few scattered sprinkles, but high pressure will win out today, and we're looking at drier weather throughout the afternoon. Temperatures across the northeast, fairly uniform in New England, upper 50s and lower middle 60s, but notice those 70s out towards the west. Those will be here not only for the afternoon, but going forward, even some of our overnights back into that 70 plus degree range. So more typical for what we'd expect in early summer, late June, and then even early July. But we have some fireworks displays tonight. We have those in Hamden, as well as Litchfield, Killingly, Stafford Springs, New London. You can get a full list on our website, WFSB.com. But the weather looks to cooperate in a very big way. We'll have a mix of sun and clouds around 8 p.m. Temperatures in the 60s, so very comfortable. You need a sweatshirt if you're heading out to any of the fireworks displays this evening. Clouds are on the increase, but no rain is expected today. That changes as early as, say, around midnight tonight. So let's play it all out in First Alert Futurecast, because you can time out and see how throughout the morning those clouds become less and less in terms of coverage. And then by, say, 4, 5, 6 o'clock, some clouds begin to come back into the picture. But let's take you back to about when those fireworks displays go off. So here's 8 o'clock. And then maybe 9. So Litchfield, maybe the chance for a sprinkle by the end of any fireworks displays. But the majority of the state doing just fine. And the better chance for any showers does exist as we get closer to midnight. And then beyond that, our clouds really begin to increase. Winds shift out of the south and southeast, which will bring in more moisture, warmer temperatures, as well as the humidity. It's going to be muggy tomorrow and downright humid for the afternoon hours. Here's 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, a few isolated showers. We'll see a few rays of sunshine in the afternoon, but that will help destabilize the atmosphere a bit. And notice by 7, 8, 9 o'clock, so around sunset tomorrow, we'll be tracking a line of thunderstorms. Some of these could be strong to maybe severe, but as they make their way farther east, they dissipate very quickly. We're not looking at much for the rest of the state later on tomorrow night. You're waking up Sunday to a big wind shift. Check that out of the north and west. That's certainly a drier wind direction, but our temperatures are actually warmer by the time we get towards Sunday. The chance of any severe weather for tomorrow, once again, tomorrow evening is a chance that we could see a few thunderstorms. That could be on the stronger side. Best chance for any of those severe weather, any severe weather that we would see tomorrow would be confined to the New York-Connecticut state border. That's depicted by that green shading there. It's a level 1. It's not a 0, but it is low. We're talking towns like, say, Kent, Sharon, Salisbury, Danbury, Ridgefield, maybe. But as soon as these cross over Route 7, they're really going to weaken considerably. So if you don't want any thunderstorms and you live in eastern Connecticut, you'll be doing just fine. In regard to this weekend, though, tomorrow specifically, notice how sharp of a cutoff we'll have from 70s to middle 80s. Either way, everybody's humid tomorrow, but the temperatures, they'll be quite mild. And over the way things have been the past couple of days, it's going to feel very warm out there. And here's your dew point numbers. Tomorrow afternoon, well up into the 70s. So our dew points today, 50s. You like how it feels, I'm sure, when you step outside. But coming up for tomorrow, that humidity is back with our winds coming straight out of the south. Today, winds more out of the east, but still enough to give us some, I'll say mild. It's still well below average, but not as cool as it is this morning. Temperatures in the 60s out there statewide. By this afternoon, 70s. Maybe some of our hill towns in Litchfield County might be held back to that 68 or 69 degree range. Either way, everybody gets into a few sunny breaks, as much as there's a lot of clouds out there right now. Then for tonight, those clouds will be increasing. Any fireworks displays look good. Isolated showers come in late. We're talking closer to midnight and beyond that. Your first alert 7-day forecast tomorrow, Saturday, humid, couple showers in the morning hours, some breaks of sun in the afternoon, and then evening thunderstorms. Best chance of that is closer to the New York-Connecticut state border and around, say, sunset time. So between 6 and 9, that's when we're tracking some thunderstorms just off to the west of Connecticut. We'll see how they hold together, but all indications are they will weaken as they move from west to east across the state. By Sunday, it's sunnier, it's a bit warmer, but it's nice and dry, so that 84 will feel quite comfortable. Dew points much lower on Sunday, but they begin to tick right back up by Monday. 91, last day of June, is going to be hot and muggy. Tuesday, about 88, it's humid. It's going to be a very humid start to July. Some storms are possible later on in the day as well. And then by Wednesday, humidity drops. Temperatures fall back into the 80s. Notice the overnights, though. Monday night and Tuesday night, low 70s. So that'll feel quite summer-like. And then once we get to Thursday, nice and seasonable, 84 degrees, a mix of sun and clouds. That's July 3rd. At this point, no big weather makers expected as we end next week, which is good news for anybody who has the 4th off. We'll see how that trend continues over the next several days. There's a look at your shoreline high temperatures over the next 7, 80s this weekend, low 80s by next week, ending June and starting July on a muggy and humid note with temperatures well up into the 80s. That's a look at your first alert forecast. Have a great day. Thank you for watching, and have a great weekend. We'll see you next week.